Peace and love, my friends. Thanks for being here this morning, and thanks for your thanks. Uh, I start early every morning to be here by 8 o'clock Eastern time, preparing these, and I appreciate that you appreciate them. Good morning, Basilia. Hi, Amy. Glad you're getting rain out there. Cars are going by. Grab the wrong button there. There we go. Gonna turn them down when I can. Thanks for being here, and by watching, by recording too. Today it's titled "Proclaim the Truth: A Mystic's Mandate and the Voice of Love Within." Turn down those loud frogs out there. So we normally gather together on Mondays and Wednesdays to hear some wisdom of the ages from saints or sats or deeply mystical people. And we've been doing this long series now. This is number 12 on women mystics. The other day we were in India, and today we're back in Europe with Catherine of Siena. So this is what she wrote: "Proclaim the truth. Do not be silent through fear. Proclaim the truth. Do not be silent through fear." Yeah, I was afraid people were going to think I was crazy after my NDE. So I kept silent. For sure I did. There's a little whistle there. Did you hear that? But Catherine of Siena, she was a woman of fire and spirit who died in 1380 of the Common Era, CE. Her words reach across the centuries, still burning with divine urgency, because the problems that she faced in those days are very similar to the problems we face today. And I take her words to heart, but not as a command to argue theology as so many believers do, but as a call to live and speak from the deep interior well where love with a capital L whispers the truth with a capital T. The experience of the divine presence, not a belief, but an actuality. So back when I died in the Canadian wilderness and then was brought back, I crossed into this timeless realm of the divine where there was no fear, only unspeakable love and infinite awareness. And since returning, I've carried this truth within me, not as a belief, not just as a memory, but as a living presence. Even though I kept it to myself for the longest time, it still leaked out wherever I went. It's the knowing that underlies all knowing. And yet I've learned that sharing this truth can and does stir discomfort, skepticism, and even resistance. Still, silence is not an option. Even though I kept my mouth shut, it spoke through actions and my eccentricities. So silence was never really an option for me. The only thing I did was keep my lips shut, and I'm not doing that anymore. Catherine lived in an era marked by fear and corruption, religious and political. And she spoke directly to power, not in anger, but with love sharpened by clarity. Her voice was not rooted in her ego, but in her mystical union with Source, with God, with the beloved. And that's the difference. We hear lots of anger today, and that's a motivator. That's fine, I guess. But it's easier and more readily understood when we speak the truth from the center of our being in calmness, because then we're likely to be heard. And that's the difference. When we proclaim the truth from a place of union, of connection, from surrender, having died to ourselves, it's not our voice, but the voice of love itself. And this is a ripening process. Dying, as it says in Mount Athos, I've said this a zillion times, if we die before we die, then when we die, we do not die. It's a little death, a death here, a death there of our connection to ourself. It's a ripening process, a surrendering process. And when we surrender, The voice of love speaks for itself. And fear tempts us to hide, hold back our stories, our visions, our witness, as I did for decades verbally. But fear is not the final word. Love is. And love always tells the truth with a capital T. That's a big T there. This is a T also. That means toilet, sorry. This is T. Love always tells the truth. So let's not be silent. Not for the sake of argument or approval, but for the sake of souls seeking the light in a world that is increasingly growing dim in certain areas. Speak and act, not to be right, but to be genuine. Speak because the divine within us requests, demands to be heard. And listen to the actual words. These red letter words in the Bible where a bunch of scholars said Jesus said this. Well, that's not 100% accurate because there were things that were still influenced by the writers of the Gospels that in those red letter words. But listen to these words. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was cold, you gave me warmth. When I was thirsty, you gave me water. The request of the divine can be in our actions, caring for the least of these. That's the call of Jesus, of Yeshua, of Jesus. It's the call of the beloved to be kind and compassionate, but strong and courageous, and be willing to speak truth to power, either with our mouths, our pens, or our actions. Peace, my friends. Say hi to, what did I miss over there? Lois. Hey, Lois. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Lois is an old friend. If you haven't met Lois yet, well, Lois was with me way back in the daily devotions, First Radio Parish days. I'm glad you're here, Lois. Good morning, Jay Maltese from West Haven. And thanks, Amy, for saying click the thumbs up. It makes a difference. And thanks for being here by recording, too. I know that there are people who have different schedules who live out west or on the other side of the planet, and they come by recording. I spoke to one yesterday. Thank you for being there and here. So our meditation, I'm going to lead you into the meditation. I've been doing this a little bit of lead meditation. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm open to critique and direction, So I lead you in a little bit, and then whatever your practice is, drop into that. And at the bottom of the hour, we do this for about 20 minutes today, we'll have a little fare thee well, and then I will see you again on Sunday. But let me know if you like this or not. So, and if you need more instruction in meditation, like on the how-tos, I have videos on that, a very basic meditation. You can check out my channel for that, or you can contact me. I can help you with that directly too. So my glasses are back. My feet are flat on the floor. Because I'm so close to my desk today, I'm putting my hands on my desk instead of my lap. But they're in the same moolah that I love. And now I'm going to lead you into some meditation. If you please close your eyes. Now feel your breath move in and out. Gentle, steady, true. Relax. Feel your breath. Now let your awareness of your mind settle into your heart, the center of your chest. Into the deep interior well, where your silence listens. beyond all your fears, beyond all your doubts. Feel into the presence as a memory, as a remembrance, always with you. It's not a belief, it's not a thought. It's the soundless voice. Pure, eternal, radiant. Let love speak to you today on your own, with us together and God in your heart. Thanks for being here this morning, this afternoon. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Wendy. Peace and love to all of you.